time on just to see how far it is. You sit up here and it is just such a beautiful place to reflect and unwind and relax. And what I love is, if you look right there, is the town of Prince Albert. Beautiful town, well established, well known, the hip little Karoo town. On my previous travels from Doornkraal through to Prince Albert and back, I always saw this little town called Clourful, and I've actually driven through it a few times and wondering who on earth lives in literally this one street town. Well, would you believe it, but my good mate and racing ace, dog lover Richard Ritz's dad lives in Clourful. So we're going to go and meet Koos Ritz and find out what on earth he's doing here. That's from Reggie. Oh, from Reggie. He said, I've got to give you a big hug. This is those stories you hear about the barn finds, because this is a hell of a barn with a couple of amazing finds. Talk about this. See how relaxed you get when you come to Numbi. You opt for rooibos tea, no sugar, no milk, instead of a beer or a glass of wine. But this is always it's good too. But this is always one of my favourite parts when I come here. I always ask Ross and Kath to make me a pizza, and it's a special pizza. Besides the oven being pretty funky, it's all of the ingredients straight off their farm. You do not get fresher or better. Pretty cool. This is a great morning. What a way to start day 10. Now, on the last show, I actually made the call to stay on in the area. So Kath from Numbi hooked us up with Celia on the neighbouring farm Doornkraal, and we arrived here yesterday afternoon. What an incredible home. Now, one of my followers shared with me what a red door symbolizes. In the old days, a weary traveller, if they saw a red door, they knew that they had a welcoming place to rest. And that is a tradition that definitely lives on with the Leroux at Doornkraal. We spent a wonderful evening breaking bread with Celia and her father Sweepie. But today was about getting a real taste of life on the farm. Nope, you will not be wallowing in wine or bathing in brandy, but this is a really cool conversion of an old outbuilding, a project which they've just recently finished, adding additional accommodation options on the property. I reckon I could get used to this farm living. Doornkraal is not a traditional farm. There are so many projects and initiatives that I actually have no idea how Celia and the team juggle them all. But at the heart of it all is a genuine love for the land and for the region and its well-being. That's amazing. These are the stories that we should be telling. This makes me so happy There are so many good people in the world that are doing wonderful things for communities, and when Kath told us about this community farming project that Celia and the community were working on, I was like, wow, okay, this sounds pretty good. Coming and having a look at it in practice is just absolutely amazing, because at the end of the day, nothing is for nothing. You can give of your time, you can give of your expertise, which is what Celia and Kath and the guys are doing. They've given land, Kath has given her time and her expertise, but the people are coming here and are working for their food. All of that transfer of knowledge is being done right here at Spence Plaas. En almal is welkom.
Almal is welkom. Gister het daar 'n paar vrouens vir my gevra vir werk en ek het nie vir hulle werk gehad nie. Toe sê ek vir hulle, gaan vra vir Geraldine, kan hulle nie maar kom werk vir 'n stukkie kos nie, want hulle kry genoeg kos om vir 'n hele gesin vir 'n hele week kos. Ja, hulle het net gekry. En toe kom hulle, so hulle sou vanoggend.
En dis die ding, dis nie eintlik geld nie.
Ja.
As long as I'm getting food, something to eat.
En dis wat dit gaan. En goeie kwaliteit organiese geproduseerde kos wat nie chemikalie en kos in het. So, daar's kompos wat ons maak en ons het goeie water en goeie grond en geen gif. So dis wonderlik.
It's a special story, eh? This has got to be like, if you can imagine the ultimate Karoo house. I drove in here and I actually got quite emotional, because you can't imagine places like this still exist. And this has been in your family since 1914. Was your grandfather that built? Your father built it?
No, my grandfather.
Your grandfather built it. And how many generations have been farming here at Doornkraal?
My oupa Grootjie en my oupa en my pa en ek en nou Celia, 50 geslag.
Dis spesiaal. Maar het moet moeilik wees, ek gelag. Celia is spesiaal. She's got so much energy. She's like a energizer bunny. So she goes.
Ja, maar sy put 'n mens uit hoor.
But it must be difficult, because so you've had how many? 5 daughters. 6 daughters.
Ja.
And 1 son.
Een seun. Hy het ook geboer, hy het amper 20 jaar geboer. En toe sy hart nie meer in die boerdery nie.
Waar kom jou naam vandaan? Dit moet 'n goeie, dit moet 'n goeie storie wees, of nie?
Kyk,
Sweepie.
daar's 'n hele paar variasies. Want my bynaam was Sweepie en daar was 2 redes daarvoor. En toe later was dit Soapie en Suipie en
ek verstaan Suipie. So wat's die storie?
My pa was, toe ek Wilgenhof toe gaan, Stellenbosch toe ek het gaan wynbou swat.
Okay.
Toe was hy die hoofsweep van die nasionale party in die parlement. Toe noem hulle my klein Sweepie.
En nou sit hy vas.
Ja, nou sit hy vas.
I found this quite interesting. You talk about at Stellenbosch you learnt winemaking, and obviously you farm. That's not how farming normally works. Isn't it normally one crop that everyone sticks to? But in the Karoo, you're very diverse.
Ja, my oupa het gesê vir sy seun en vir my, jy mag nie in die klein Karoo moet een ding boer nie, want hy het met volstruise geboer. En toe die droogtes gekom en die depressie en die griep, en dit was...
And if something goes wrong, all your eggs are in one basket.
Ja, hy sê dat is jy in jou my.
Ja.
Jy mag dit nie doen nie, jy moet diversifiseer.
It's interesting in the Karoo that it's different, because what all do you do, what all do you farm here? Because you've got the wine, which is amazing, you've got the patstal on the route to Oudtshoorn. What else have you got here?
Groentesaad, en skaap, en ons doen verskillende groentesade, en plant pampoene vir uitvoer.
Okay. En waar gaan hy?
Italië toe.
Sure.
Vir gnocchi.
Ek hou van gnocchi.
Gnocchi is...
Met 'n bietjie pesto?
Ja.
Can't mess it up.
Ja.
Even I can cook that, because the minute it floats, you know it's ready.
Ja.
So, what do you grow here? What type of grapes?
My oupa het muskadel gehad, my oupa Grootjie ook, en hulle het brandewyn gestook. En my oupa het nooit wyn gemaak nie, en toe my pa kom boer, want hy moes Stellenbosch opskop toe hy sien my oupa het na depressie gegaan na toe hy byna bankrot is, hy moet nou plaas toe kom. En toe het hy begin wingerdplant, toe sê my ouma, want sy het nie gehou van mense wat drink nie,
Ja.
glad nie. Nagmaal en Kersfees,
Oh, niet zo.
'n nuwe jaar, dis al. Dan mag jy drink.
Ja.
En maar kinders het hulle nou nie daarin gesteek nie. En ek gaan toe
Kinders
wynhout
luister
swart
nooit nie, nee.
en toe het ek later Merlot, Cabernet en Shiraz. Die Cabernet en die Shiraz was nie so sukses nie. En Chenin,
Groei die Shannon nogal lekker is op.
baie goed. Maar die soetwyne is veral dis hoekom ek het die hele reeks soetwyne en hulle is genoem kaptein en majoor en Pinta wat nou my port is, luitenant wat amper soos 'n oud brown is, maar hy's nie so soet soos die vol soet soetwyne nie. Maar dit is baie, dis nou my liefde.
But thank you for opening up your home and your hospitality.
Ag, dis 'n plesier.
That's one thing that has touched me on our little road trip, is the Karoo life. It's special. People care for each other. There's an amazing community. Everyone looks out for each other here. You have
Ja.
to survive.
Nee, jy moet. En as jy het, moet jy deel.
So after 3 nights of having various roofs over my head, it was time to get back into my tent. Now Celia had arranged for us to go and wild camp on a neighbouring farm for the next 2 nights. You see those mountains over there? Well, that is where we are headed. But first, some pressing matters in De Rust. It's laundry day, and De Rust seems like a good place to get that done. It's also going to be weird to wear a mask again. It's one of the joys. I've been isolating. It's been amazing. Right, let's get this sorted. Wow, this looks quite interesting. Hallo, hallo. Hoe gaan het? Niet zo slecht, nie? Ek hoor. Ek hoor, nee, ek skiet julle. Wel, nie skiet julle nie, ek film julle.
Wat film ons?
Doen julle was,
Ja, meneer.
asseblief.
So hulle kom so 9 uur in en dan sal hulle jou klere was en dan met los net 'n kontaknommer gaan hulle jou bel.
Ja.
Okay. Okay, so that was successful. They reckon I can come back in tomorrow, 2 or 3 hours. It'll all be clean and done. Happy days, we've got fresh jocks again. So whenever I come through De Rust, I always spend time at the village trading post. Luckily, Kath and Ross said to me it's no longer where it used to be, but it's now on the way out at the Caltex garage. Why the change? What happened? I'm glad I found you though. Hey.
Welcome back. It's
No,
lovely
it's
having
good
you
to be
back.
back.
Yeah, we bought this March, April, and we took it over 2 days before lockdown. And then it was lockdown, and then we decided, then there was new people moving into town in lockdown, Mengelmuskadus, and they needed space. And we said, well, we've got space for you. And then we decided we're going to rent out the whole space, use the new space. And it's amazing, it's going like a bone.
So they've rented and moved in. Is another restaurant or
No,
what?
they moved in, this Mengelmuskadus, old and antique in memorabilia.
Okay.
Then there's Tim and Allison that's running our bar, Grumpy Goat, also going like a bone.
Grumpy goat. Take my spaniel there as a grumpy goat.
And then there's a new gift shop at the back, and there's still a jewellery shop.
But this for me seems like it's going to be so flippin' lucrative, because as people are driving out of town, filling up, and it's coffee on the go, it's always Lavazza, which is a good stuff too. Has it surprised you how popular it's been?
It's unbelievable. It's like Central Station, in, out. It's crazy.
And the nursery side, that's new.
We also always love gardening, so it was always in the heart, the passion there. And we started last year. So, and then we decided we've got this space, so let's do the nursery. So now it's a combination of nursery, coffee, linen, jewellery,
So cool.
and it's working fantastic.
Are you noticing that maybe now, because of what people have been through with lockdown, that more people are starting to say, hey, we want a life like yours?
People is definitely moving into the countryside. There's a nice special energy in town. The mountains just help you just feel like some more.
Yeah.
So coffee with a beautiful view.
Everywhere we've been on a little route, because it's mainly been Karoo at this stage, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone, there's a real sense of community, and I think that's what
Absolutely.
you lose living in the city. It's like you don't know your neighbours, you're behind your
Yeah.
four walls and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what, I mean, where were you guys from originally?
Pretoria, Centurion.
Don't miss it, do you? Huh?
No, where's Pretoria?
Oh, West Pretoria. It's cock and it's up there. No, but listen, I'm so stoked that we found you. Got my refill on coffee, but glad that you're doing well. That makes me very happy. It's
Life is
awesome.
beautiful and be blessed. Be thankful.
With laundry and coffee sorted, it was time to find a good place where I could set up camp for that night. This would be our first night properly wild camping. But with our car also being our home, this was location scouting only, as I had a date with the horse back at Doornkraal. Quite hard to know what to look for. So they mentioned there were two options. This one obviously looks to be a lot more remote, like very remote. There's not a dry spot, a chair, a sign of human life anywhere. It would be quite scary pitching a tent here and sleeping out literally in the bush alone, no one near. I think that's what we came to do. So they do so many things at Doornkraal, including amazing horse rides and trails up into the cliff. I'm going to have a go. No. I've got a bigger head than I thought. Is this for real? That feels a bit better. That might work. I don't like something that controls me.
No.
You better teach me. Do you go under the thing, or how does it work?
Don't worry, you'll be fine. If a 5-year-old can ride these horses, so can you.
I act like a 5-year-old. Now listen, I am told also very chill.
They are super chill.
Do you give them fynbos or what? This is who's going to be taking me for a ride. Quats. Seems to be quite chilled.
Okay.
I'm still a bit worried when you said, come you ride quats, it'll be interesting. I don't know what that means. It could be a very short ride.
Probably would go in the reverse.
Did you brush his teeth this morning?
It's not that old.
Hey. So you do this and it's busy. Like I know it's been tough with lockdown and stuff, but are South Africans,
They're getting back into the swing of things.
it's good, eh?
We've just had a lovely pony camp, a 3-day pony camp with 10 children.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very jealous.
See, I think the thing when I was chatting to Celia this morning, I think a lot of people are scared of horses, so they think, oh, we don't want to do the horse ride. Whereas I think tourists are like fired up to try everything. And I think we all need to realize I'm not a rider, I'm a little bit afraid of them, but come and do them because they're not going to be running trails like this and horse riding experiences if the horses aren't mellow and sedate. So that's going to be pretty cool. And we're going for sundowners. I need a drink. She was getting payback here. She had me set on kiddie stirrups. I was going to be going with my knees behind my ears. Last time I did that was when I was 5-year-old jockey. I know my surname's Roberts, my name's not Mace.
Ek wou nog fases van my.
Yeah.
Dit is die maklike opklim.
Oh, did you want me to do the manly one?
Ja, maar toe maar daarbo, daar by die sandowner vind sy jy moet.
I should have picked a
A whip.
easier, narrower pair of shoes. Eh?
Nee, wat so raai. Jy gaan hulle net nie gediep gaan insit.
Yeah, no, that's the problem.
Sit hom maar net so. Ons gaan gelukkig ver.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. En jy kan hom met een hand ry, jy wil.
Ja, ik kan een beetje filmen.
Ja, kan dit lekker doen. So.
Let me not say giddy up and then it goes. That would be funny. Amazing afternoon with good people. Good sundowner spot apparently. And heading through Doornkraal where we stayed last night. It's going to be nice to see it from above. Going past the dam as well where I went for my little paddle this morning. Try not to get decapitated. I think my horse wants to knock me off. Cheeky bugger. Hallo Sweepie. Gaan het? Waar is jou perd? This is just so beautiful. The mountains and the lake and the beautiful Doornkraal house. It's going to be difficult to leave the Karoo. Survive. Ek lewe nog. Oh. Well done, coach. Well done. Well done. This horse is just like me. Just wanted to stop and eat the whole way. Hey, good job. Good job. How beautiful, yeah. But amazing. It's actually probably the nicest way to see the farmland. Celia was saying that's what she loves, because in a bakkie you a little bit disconnected, but yeah, you really get to feel, smell, sense what's going on the farm, you know. So it was awesome to be able to do that. So I'm really happy that it was a walk with the horses and not a trot or a gallop. You were trying to teach me how that whole thing works. Yeah, it's a rhythm that's not easy, but it's natural for you living here.
Yeah, but you just need to relax.
Yeah.
Jy moet ontspan en jy moet net saam met die perd gaan. And trust the horse.
No,
He knows where it's going.
But it was awesome what you said though. It's like they know, let them do the 4x4 and you just enjoy the view.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I love what you said about connecting with the farm as well when you're on a horse, because it's so disconnected when you're sitting in a bakkie. But it's just interesting. I mean, we obviously chatted with your dad. Could you imagine a life any different to this? I mean, growing up here, there were how many? 6 of you? 6 girls?
7,
6
yeah.
girls and your brother. Was this the life you imagined? That you would be farming?
No, this was a big surprise, a wonderful surprise. So I did other things, and it was a wonderful chance to come back to the farm and to be able to make a living here and to be the caretaker of the farm, because that's what I'm doing, and it's wonderful.
But it's incredible just the way the family does stick together. Even your brother, though, he's given up on farming. He hasn't. You were saying to us he's always updating on the weather and is there rain, and everyone remains connected and involved. And I think it's important keeping Doornkraal's story going ahead generation to generation.
Yeah, but I think it's also because we grew up in a wonderful place with wonderful people. It's a wonderful region, and it's there's lots of happiness and there's lots of peace. And life is slower than in the city,
Yeah.
but it's genuine,
Yeah.
and it's clean air and no noise. It's really a wonderful place, even if we're busy, because we're working hard.
I can see you've got an unbelievable energy about you. You really do, and you never stop laughing. The eyes are always smiling, and I think it's wonderful. It's infectious, and I don't know how you do what you do, because I know you've got the putt style, you're doing the the horse rides, you're managing the farm, you've got the community farming project. There's a hell of a lot going on.
It keeps us out of trouble.
We might have to check with your dad about that. All I need is a white stick, because that's pretty much how I'm going to be setting up the camp here tonight. So that horse ride was flipping awesome. I wouldn't change that for anything in the world, except maybe it would have been nice to have had our camp set up. I know I'm tired, it's been a long day. So you saw that campsite earlier, it's amazing, but we've come to one that's a little bit easier, I think, to set up. More flatter ground, it's a little bit better established. So I like me setting up the tent as a quick and easy process because I've lost my patience. Yeah, I thought I might have got my parking spot a bit tight and wrong too, but it's pretty good. I might get tickled by a bush every time I climb up the ladder. I'm only planning to climb it the other once. Okay. Eish, what am I? I know many people are going to think this is complete sacrilege. If I'm in the bush, I've got to be braaiing. But what we did is we had a fire for atmosphere, but also don't want to eat braai every night. So made ourselves a nice little yellow curry. It was bloody hot. And then the leftovers, breakfast in the morning. What's been really challenging for us is connectivity. We're planning on obviously updating on a daily basis, but in this first week so much of the trip has taken us to places where we've had no cell phone connectivity, and it's a bit of a problem, but finding our way around hasn't been a problem. I mean, that's what the guys at Garmin were saying to us. The cool thing with this Montana is obviously you're not reliant on cell phone signal. So what is cool, sitting here now, no connectivity to the outside world, no one can phone me and bother me, but I can certainly plan my trip. So we've got the coordinates in terms of where we're going to next. I sit here, add those coordinates into the device, and off we go. I can run it through my laptop, but also easy enough just to do it off the device like this. And even if I want to go and take a walk, maybe I want to go climb up that cliff, I can take that with me, set a waypoint up there, and you guys can then get to maybe do the same trip that I've done. And that's crucial with us, is we're leaving little breadcrumbs along the way, so you guys can follow in the trip as well. Very handy. Come on, let's go, boy. Okay. When we came in, we saw quite a big dam and reservoir. It picked up on the Garmin, so I know it's there, so I'm going to head there. That's what the board's going with, so I can have a little bit of a paddle. That expectation when you climb what looks like a dam wall and you get there and it's damn nothing. Just bloody hot and bush. That's why I should have brought my Garmin with me, because then it would have shown me exactly where the bloody dam is. I think it's over this koppie, probably another 2 k's. Let's go. How amazing, way bigger than I thought. Dogs in already, it's my turn for a paddle. If you look on his dog collar, I've given him the nickname Aqua Dog because he loves to swim. I know you guys are going to think I can't be a genuine South African if I've never done a potjie before. Well, I have never done a potjie before, so we thought this trip we should change that. So this is a brand new pot that the guys at Front Runner organised for us, and I've been told that you've got to bed it in whatever that means. Everyone's given us a lot of different advice in terms of how to do that. But one of the guys at the shops here in Doris said, take this, you need fat. So I'm going to cut up some of this fat, throw that in the pot, put it on the fire, let that smoke and do its thing, and I don't know, whatever, there are technical terms for this that I don't know. Take that out, then throw in some potato skins and onion and that type of stuff, and just leave it to cook off, and then we are ready to go. I wonder if I should take all the dust and stuff out of there. I'm not going to be eating it, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. Add some character. This is the face of a guy who's got absolutely no idea if he's doing a splendid job or completely cocking it up. But I mean, it's a poiky pot. You can't really break these things, can you? Starting to tick off a lot of firsts on this, just to see how far it is adventure. Had a boskak. I've started to prep a poiky. And then I'm also going to have my first shower. So this is quite cool. If you recall, they gave us this 45 litre water tank, which has come in very handy with a little tap. But now apparently I've got the shower bag which fits on here. We've left it out in the sun. The bag's got two sides to it. It's got a dark side, which we obviously put sun side up. And I'm assuming it can't go there, can it? What do you reckon? Is that in? That can't be right. Got no idea. I'm guessing this is how you do it. Oh, actually bloody nice, eh? This is actually very, very pleasant. The loofah is a bit naff. I'm just adding the glamping component to our show. So good and clean and fresh. Tra-la-la. Okay, let's go, bro. That's very cool. Can't believe I've retained the heat. I mean, it's like 6:30 in the evening. The sun's clearly dipped long ago, and that bag's just kept it nice and warm. That's actually really, really cool. I'm going to use that again for sure. I mean, check on the outside here as well. So I suppose that's what they mean by bedding it in or burning it in, or I don't know. But this is all positive. This is when a Soti tries to be a braai master. This seems a pretty apt send-off to the Karoo. Jeez, let me not have nearly buffaloed that. My mates would have nailed me. Cheers, it's been amazing. Thank you to each and every one of you that has welcomed us into your lives, your stories, your homes, your farmlands. It's been incredible. Thanks. Next time on Just to See How Far It Is. Enjoy settling in, guys. Check your skills. Hey, you should have played for Bafana. There's Banyana Banyana. I wonder what the dog side's called.
Well, sorry about that.
I'm not a good loser. You whip my ass.
My pool isn't that cramped.
No, your pool's actually very good. And you, François, thank you. What is this?
Condolences.
Is this what Luis
You know
is doing?
tequila,
Yes,
she
nice
makes
shot
you
of
happy.
tequila.
Hang on, it's only one.